Yes, it is.
Yeah, that's something.
So just state your name, please, for the record.
Steve Escalinen.
Could you spell your last name, please?
Eskelinen.
Thank you.
Basically, I submitted a quote on the DPW roof on August 9th, 2010. I read the bid results in the CAM book, and it showed that I came in second. On September 14th, I got a phone call from Rocky asking if anybody representing the city of Taylor had called me regarding my bid. I said no. I watched the August 17th council meeting, and it got me curious. I got a copy of my bid, and I want to know who added $12,000 to my bid. My bid was doctored, and I'd like to know who added that money.
Okay. I'm not sure. I think that would be directed to Mr. Alazazi.
Yeah.
Sure. The bid was not Dr. Madam Chair, and what had happened was, as Councilwoman Molnar stated, we didn't want any charges later on, any change orders. Mr. Esco had 2,000 square feet for installation, and we didn't know exactly. That was his opinion. That was others' opinion. We weren't sure if there would be any additional installation needed. So on that basis, if there was anything above and beyond 2,000 square feet of insulation, we didn't know, and we weren't taking that risk. Doctored document, there was none. And the call to him was to be sure that when we made the call to him, which Jamie or John Carter was to make it or whatever, we had taken notes, and there was notes all over all of our bids as to what the price was. And my call to Mr. Esco was in regard to how much was it per square foot. I have on my document that you were charging 75 cents to $1 a square foot, which he corrected me, which was actually $1.25 to $1.50 a square foot. And excess of 2,000 square feet that he had bid on.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Anything else under old business? Mr. Escalinen.
Yeah, Steve Escalinen. I really don't care about the insulation, but on this quote it says add $12K for supports excluded. That $12,000, when you add it to my low bid, it makes it $287,140, just enough for that other contractor to get this job. Right now, I just want to know who wrote that on there, because nobody ever spoke to me regarding this issue.
Okay. I think you'd have to talk to the department about it that looks at the bids. Go ahead.
What it was, the supports, they weren't sure if their supports were included, but as we reviewed it, the supports were included, so it had absolutely nothing to do with it. It was strictly for the insulation. And I made Mr. Esco aware of it, and after further investigation or whatever he thinks he found, which he didn't, it was solely based on the 2,000 square foot that he estimated would be removed. Anything above and beyond 2,000 square feet would be charged at a dollar amount, according to him, $1.25 to $1.50 per square foot.
Okay.
Again, the insulation, I don't care about that. The bottom line is when I dropped this bid off, it was an open bid. It did not have this writing on there. Nobody called me. I never got a call. I can provide phone records if need be. Somebody put this on there specifically. The insulation's irrelevant at this point. This bid is doctored, and I didn't write it on there. Somebody wrote it at that bid opening. I don't know who did it, but it was wrong because I never got a call from it.
Well, the original, we'd have to know what the original bid is right now, which would be with the clerk's office. Am I correct? Okay.
Well, I've got copies
the original
right
would not
here.
have notes on by anyone else.
That's correct.
Right.
But
did you get that copy from the clerk's office?
Those notes are mine. I wrote those numbers down, and as I said, it had nothing to do with the supports. The supports were included, and it says they're included, so it was a mistake. It had nothing to do with the bid process. The entire thing was based on the 2,000 square foot.
Sir,
Right, and-
sir, can I ask you where you got that paper with those notes on it?
It's irrelevant where I got this paper. This is a federally funded project.
And the
This
original-
is
Sir,
major.
I want you to go to the clerk's office where the original bids are kept and ask for a copy of your bid. That's where the actual bid is.
Well,
That's
I
not
would-
the actual bid.
I would like to know who doctored he said he did? That's against the law, I think.
The bid is in the clerk's office. The original document is in the clerk's office.
And the other thing is, I'm going to let it go.
Okay?
I like to comment on this. And this is another thing that is kind of bothering me also. Those notes were made, and those notes were only submitted to you guys. So however he got that, I really don't know, and I really don't care. And I'm really, obviously, I'm tired of the insinuations. Mr. Delos brought it up. Everything was on the up and up. It was delivered. We made our decision, and we brought it to you. And again, I reiterated to you guys, if you do not like our recommendation, let us know. We'll go back and look at it again.
Madam Chair?
That is, I'm not finished, Mr. Delo. Hang on one second. And that is the case for moving forward. We're going to bring you a recommendation. If you do not like the recommendation, let us know. We'll go back to the table, we'll iron it out, and we'll come back with it. As far as federally, this allegation here, I mean, where did it come from? Those things were only given to you guys, no one else.
Okay, and I want
That's all I have to say
to
about that.
assure anyone who makes a bid for anything that the original documents for that and everything else that happens in the city are kept in the clerk's office. And if you want to see what your bid looked like that you submitted, you should go to the clerk's office and ask for a copy of it. Other than that, if it's in another department, if it's in our packets, I write notes on all my items that are in my packets.
Yeah,
I write all over 'em.
I would expect that, but my point is, I never thought I was getting this job anyway. I thought I was second until he called me 3 days ago. Okay, I never had any idea. I thought I was second. Now, typically, the first and second bidders would get a call, and they would bring you in for an interview to make sure you have everything.
Typically where?
In a bid process in any other city that I've done work with, we do $3, $4, $5 million a year in business. So regarding, and I did watch the, was it the August 17th or the meeting, and Mr. Delo brought up the proper way to do this. This whole thing was improper. I have to agree with him.
Okay,
I'm just
sorry, but
stating
we
that,
don't
because when I went
entertain
down to the-
accusations
Well,
to our
it's-
department heads.
It's not but when I went down to the right there, I asked them, where's the bid form? They said, you put it on your own proposal. It almost blew my mind. That just doesn't happen.
Okay, well, I'm not sure what any
Madam Chair.
individual may have told you, but we do have processes. Yes.
Madam Chair, and again, I think Mr. Alzadi stated the question. He was here at the study session when we went through the bids. He was here to answer all the questions from the council members. I don't appreciate accusations that are being made that the bid processes are being done incorrectly. This was a sealed bid, the gentleman is correct, opened at the clerk's office and distributed. As always, as is customary practice in this city for I don't know how long, a bid tabulation sheet is compiled and put together and given to council. To make sure that there were no cost overruns on this, as Mr. Alzazi stated, he went to the cost per square foot to say, how much would it be for additional over 2,000 square foot of insulation? Mr. Alzazi, what's the total square footage of the roof?
56,000 square feet.
56,000 square feet. There was only account for 2,000 of replacement. So what happens if there's 50,000 square feet of replacement? Are we going to run $50,000 more onto this bill? Do we want a contingency, according to that? I didn't hear that. We don't like contingencies. We don't want to run that. So he accounted for that in his bid processes. Those were included. He said that those were amended to include those prices so that you could see them, what it would be if any costs or changes were there. He stated that their recommendation was with the company that said, whatever this cost is, I mean, we're stuck. If it's over this amount, which we bid here, then there will be no cost changes to that bid process. That was their recommendation. Council, again, I think he stated that, and council has every right to go with whatever bidder they want. If they want to spend more money, this is energy efficiency block grant, community block grant money. So if council wants to spend additional money on any of these projects, then instead of directing as much money towards other projects, I mean, we're not talking about saving money. Council still went with the low bid
Yeah,
on the project.
all right.
Madam Chair?
Just one more minute, because we have to break.
Okay, well, I just want to add
or
one
adjourn.
thing here. One more thing. I want to reiterate that those notes on his documents were my notes, and they were given to you guys.